Hello and welcome to What's Map for Cities Skylines, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. There are thousands of items on the workshop now, so finding the right one for your next city build is a huge task. So each day, Monday to Saturday, we'll review some using our 5-star rating and the coveted seal of approval. So join me, fellow Skylines explorers, as we venture out to today's new land. Who am I? I'm BonBonB, and you are very, very welcome.
Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to What's Map, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. BonBon here. How you doing? Right, today's map is a real-life map taken from a real-life part of the world, from a real-life terrain party, and it's Thursday, so it's Throwback Thursday, which means this map is from yesteryear, way back in 2016 when we were all in diapers. Do you remember those days? Do you? Do you remember? You don't say you don't. You do remember, don't you? Yeah. Sorry. This particular map doesn't have a huge amount of build plane and it suffers for its age a little bit in terms of what theme's been used. But it's Charlotte, Queen Charlotte Sound, British Columbia by and Sam. Canada we're looking at here. There's your start square. There's actually no road connection. Ooh. Ooh, there's your resources. Okay, yeah, not the most cleverest use of resources there. Now let's have a look at the Steam Workshop. 81 tiles, which is suggested, and then we have got 5 trees, but they're not in the required list. They're in the description, so you'll have to go there. There's no one-click collection. The suggested LUT is clarity, and suggested theme is Chira Coast, although I'm going to suggest later on in the show that these aren't the best ones for the map, and it looks a damn sight better with other options. But let's start off by having a look at the networks, because we always do that. Here's the first of our intersections. I'm saying that this one was possibly drawn out by hand. Possibly. We've got the two bridges there, which are highway ramps all the way over. And it kind of like has a feel of being hand-drawn to me, but it's not too bad. Now, glitching between the two roads here, we're on a bit of a slope here. You've always got to be a little bit careful. I don't mind too much a little bit of roughness between two roads, but when it's two patterns like that, you can actually, predict the next ridge. It says to me, now this is a little bit better, right, a little bit. It just looks a little bit shoddy normally if you do that. The second intersection is quite pretty. I've got a few issues with it, which we'll come back to later. For a start, these highways here doesn't give you much room to build before you hit the rail. So what you're going to do, a hard right there, maybe hard left. Sorry. It's triple layer, roundabout, bridge, and then bridge over bridge. And also, this is a bit odd. We've got some tunnels. They don't actually connect. And I reckon they've been popped down, and Sam has been unable to delete them. Maybe. Or maybe this was an intersection. Oh, we've got Blue Mantle as well there. Maybe this was an intersection that had tunnels, and he basically didn't use them, tried to take them out, but there you are. I don't know. It's a bit weird, bit odd and strange. Let it go though. I think I'll let it go. No, I won't. No, I won't. Also got a little bit of street lamp glitching through the highway there. Other than that, it's a nice intersection. I do like it. Might be slight overkill on this map, and we will go back and have another look at that a little bit later on for one other issue I've got with it. This bridge is, I'm going to say, perfect. It comes across, it's fine. What I'd rather do than have this drop down here, I'd like to see the terrain terraformed or landscaped up just to meet it and then tape it down together. I think that would have looked a little bit better. Next intersection. This is obviously a plopped one. This is too perfect to be hand-drawn. Well, sorry to take away from your possible skills there. Bit of a slope on the bridge coming down. It's alright. It's fine. I've got no major problems with that particular intersection at all. And we zoom down again. We've got some more glitching there. That's not as bad as the first one, though, in my honest and humble opinion. What we got next? Another intersection. There's loads of intersections. By the way, this is the only highway connection. Right, this is woo, this is plopped, isn't it? This is definitely plopped. It's all right. You got one highway leads out to this area to build into. This highway doesn't give you too much room, but I'm guessing to the docks. And then everything else is swooshing around, swooping around. Do like a pretty intersection. I think we all appreciate a pretty intersection, don't we? There's something about this game and intersections you go, ooh, baby. But this particular intersection has glitching. There's street lamp there, and there's some more. Well, you probably saw them just before we got to that bit. I won't go back and look again. I won't. But yeah, I saw at least a couple more there as well. Yeah, you can stick it in the comments if you really want to. Go on then. Next one. Look at how low that bridge profile is. That's almost asking for trouble, isn't it? You can sense it from a million miles away, or maybe maybe 3 or 4 tiles away. There we are. There's one. That was bound to happen. We've got another one there, just overhanging. Another one over here, and another one. Yeah, just ooh dear. A little bit, just a little bit too low. Not too low, just a little bit too low. Look at that though. Look at that as intersection. It's like a musical clef, I would say, something like that. Knowing nothing about music, other than what I learnt when I was about 11 or 12. But yeah, it looks like a musical clef or something. Very nice. Anyway, that then carries on. This is the only intersection. Only highway connection. Intersection. What am I talking about? Doesn't connect to the other side of the map. These bridges look quite fine. They look stretched out with Move It, but I'm pretty sure this is pre-Move It, this map. Yeah, no connection at the other end for this highway. One last intersection here, which gives you the option of going into that valley or out to that headland over there, which is pretty cool. So yeah, everything's going to be going along that highway. Everything. Absolutely everything. The rail, there is this one rail connection, just the one. Not too much. Like I say, there's not too much build plane to worry about here. So it might be that one highway and one rail connection might just suffice. Because most of the land here, slight overhanging of the trees here. Yeah, most of the land here is pretty impenetrable mountainous area, so I'm not so worried about just having one road and rail connection. Anyway, shall we do an asset review? Shall we? No, I don't think we'll bother. No, I'm kidding, we will. We haven't done a skyscraper in a while, so let's do this one. TDB Glass Tower Office by TDB, not TPD or TPB or any of the other T's. This is fine. It's fine. It's black. It's obviously office rather than residential. Love the side entrance there as well. That's quite neatly done. It's not the most detailed of buildings, but it's much nicer than some. It's of a reasonable height. Towers over Assetville, clearly. But it's not one of these incredible skyscrapers that you say, how would I fit this in my city if I don't have a huge skyline? I think this will work in most medium to large cities. And I quite like it. I like the black. It's good. TDB Glass Tower Office. Oh, dropped me thing. And that is today's asset. And it's time for the theme and LUT review. This week we're using the Celtic Coast theme by Mr. Miyagi with the Rain Day LUT, which is very, very, very pretty, I think, especially at night. Factoids. King George VI. He enjoyed sewing and once made a dozen embroidered chair covers. And good for him, it's nice that he had a hobby. Some tribes of Papua New Guinea smoke their dead, preserving the remains. And why not? Why not? You know, you get peckish. Sorry. Speaking of being peckish, the French, they eat more cheese per head each year than any other nation. I don't think that surprises anybody. Philosopher Jeremy Bentham was fond of his unusual pet, a teapot. Thought I'd squeeze that one in right at the very end. What we got here? We've got Charlotte's Queen Charlotte Sound, British Columbia by Anne Sam, and we've got the shipping routes, and they're okay, they're fine, they go everywhere. I'm not keen on things like this where the ships are forced to turn a right angle. They're not easy things to turn, giant liners, but there we are. This particular shipping route is very inspired. Look at that, straight line across the map, but honestly it serves its purpose. I don't know why I'm complaining. Oh, well, I do, because this show would be nothing without complaining, wouldn't it? Water flow. This is a terrain party map. There is slopes, there are slopes, there are hills, there are rivers that flow because water goes downhill, and this hasn't been drawn by hand on a flat plane, so everything is fine. Do have water coming in this way though. I'm not sure why this happens. What's going on here? I don't know. The water seems to flow into this area and down here. Possibly in this area here might be an issue for sewage, maybe, possibly. Anyway, look at this. This mountainscape is great. We're using Chura Coast theme, but I think there are better, more recent themes for this particular map. And looking at this one up here, this is Mr. Miyagi's Mossy Mountains theme. Also using the Rain Day LUT in the top right hand corner there. I think, having had a quick look at Google Earth and what British Columbia looks like, that is a closer representation. So I think the map could look a lot better with a different theme and LUT. I think Chura Coast doesn't do it any justice whatsoever. There's much more tree coverage in British Columbia than we're seeing here on these hills. And I think, obviously there are tree limitations within the game, and I think to hide those limitations, I think a nice green mossy mountains theme would make the hills look like they're covered in trees a lot better. Oh, we've got islands. We've got a few islands there if you want to invoke some ferries. Invoke some ferries, I like that. I don't know where that came from, but I need locking up. Yeah, it's nice. It's as a mountainscape, this is a beautiful area. It's just, they look like they're made out of clay and all the trees have washed away. And for me, that's a bit of a fail. Build plane, that's what you've got. That area there, the green area. All the rest of it is kind of inaccessible, kind of. So I think we've got, and also that here's that first intersection I told you about. There's not much room to build out. When you those highways, why have we got highways to there? I'm not sure what we're meant to do with those. I would have had nothing actually, to be honest with you. Aesthetically, it's not the worst map. Okay, it would benefit from the better theme and LUT combination, but it's not the worst map to look at. I think the design's great, I think the mountains look alright, and I think we can give it a slap bang middle 3, you know. Detailing, there's not too many major problems with it. There are issues, no major problems. I'm gonna give it a 3, but it's gonna be a low 3 to a middly 3 rather than a high 3. So yeah, slap bang middle there as well. Gameplay potential, there's problems. That start square, there is no highway connection. It's slap bang in the middle of the mountains. No thought put into that whatsoever, I'm afraid. And not too much in the way of build plane. I'm going to give it just the 2 stars for gameplay potential. Charlotte's Queen Charlotte Sound, British Columbia by Anne Sam. That is today's Throwback Thursday map, and I was very pleased to have found it. It's not that bad. Come on, it's not that bad. Some of you are going to like that. You'll use the 81 tile mod and start building on the flat plane and just enjoy building something with a mountainous background. I'm sure you will. I'm sure you will. Anyway, thanks for watching, commenting, liking and subscribing. Join me tomorrow for the request map. These guys have voted in their droves, and we've got a map coming. See you tomorrow.